when they brought those stripes in the very next morning, I got mine. Let me tell you about a barber shop here on Old Walker Street. It's the onlyest place on any Saturday night that the gambling men do meet. Well, some of them will come for a haircut and others come for a scrap. See, me and my buddies going up that way. We're gonna mean to shoot some craps. Gonna holler now, 7-Eleven, won't you come, come, come? And if you don't, 7-Eleven, die some done, done, done. If I see the police, well, he sees me, I'm gonna run, run, run. 'Cause I'm a leader of the high society folks, since I got mine. Let me tell you about a turkey feed. The dinner, it was certainly fine. About 15 minutes before the table was set, all them jolly bugs fell in line. When they brought those gobblers out, the rascals I did shine. Well, you can talk about a rascal, I grabbed right in, and I got mine. Yep, I got mine. I got mine. I grabbed that turkey right by his wing. Out the back door I went flying. Tried to make it down to a hiding place. I couldn't get there in time. Some rascal grabbed me right by my collar, and I got mine. Yep, I got mine. I got mine. I said I got it all, that good sport. I've been shooting dice all the time. Some of them boys got 30 days, like I told you, others got 9. But when they brought those stripes in the very next morning, I got mine. House in an hour, it was just about 9. I wasn't dressed up just like old Henry Ford, but I was looking mighty doggone fine. I caught her sitting in another rascal's lap, and I didn't like that sign. Well, I told that rascal what I thought about him. Ooh, I got mine. Thank you very much. That's an old song from South Carolina. A friend of mine used to do that back in the 20s. His name was Pink Anderson. He made 2 records in 1928 before he drifted off into obscurity. Blues singers even today live in constant fear of drifting off into obscurity. Play one for you, another one of Pink's old songs. This one Pink recorded in 1928. The second song is recorded that day with his old friend Simmy Dooley on second guitar. I recorded this song in 1976, both rare collector's items. Well, we've got a few of mine here tonight. We've got none of his. It's the old CC&O blues, which used to run by Pink's house. You didn't want me, why didn't you tell me so? If You didn't want me, why didn't you tell me so? Well, I won't be hanging around your door no more. I'm gonna ride that seaboard, either ride the blind. Ride that seaboard, either ride the blind. I'm gonna ride that train, call that CC line. Going up the country, and my time ain't long. Going up the country, and my time ain't long. Going up the country, mama, counting them days I'm gone. Said CC&O, best train or to ride. CC&O is the best train or to ride. It's a train to ride to pacify your mind. Well, my mama told me, and so did father too. Mama told me, so did father too. Don't let that CC&O son be the death of you. But I wonder where that engineer's going. I wonder where that engineer's going. Feel like a riding if it's all night long. Thank you very much. Old CC&O Blues. I'd like to do one now, an old Florida folk song about the most famous guitar playing blues singer we had in Florida was a man named Blind Blake, who he was from Jacksonville. He played around Jacksonville and sometimes on the west coast of Florida in the early 20s. 1926, he was lured away to Chicago to make records, seek fame and fortune. And he did. He made over 100 recordings. Recorded with great jazz singers and musicians, recorded with classic blues singers. Did very well for himself. But 1931, late 31, early 32, he disappeared. Nobody's seen him since. You'd think with all those people that knew him, recorded with him, he was very popular, I hear. Somebody wouldn't know what happened to him. There's no record of his death in Chicago. I always figured the man must have gone home to Florida, because that'd be the place to go if you were in Chicago. Chicago would be a terrible place to disappear in. I've turned down numerous opportunity to work Chicago for that reason. When I'm back in Florida, that's what I call home now. I always look around for Blind Blake, but I don't see him anywhere. I don't see a lot of people playing blues on a guitar anymore. But I was working one time at the Great Southern Music Hall with a terrific band, Delbert McClinton and his band, and it's in Orlando, Florida. Before the show started, I was out in front of the theater, admiring my name up in lights. I saw an old blind man coming down the street, and I thought, maybe that's Blind Blake. As he got closer, I noticed he had a guitar hanging from his back. My heart started to beat real fast. I figured, this is Blind Blake. What am I going to do with him now? I reached out to attract his attention and missed him as he went by. He had a cane, and he was moving quite sprightly. I finally caught up with him, tapped him on the shoulder, and he spun himself around to where he faced me. I don't want to say the wrong thing at this moment. Very easy to do that. You know, like sometimes I might be in an airport and have 2 guitars and a suitcase, and somebody be looking at those guitars real hard, looking at the suitcase once in a while and kind of looking at me. Look at the guitar. Somebody come over to me and say, "Excuse me, do you play guitar?" I wasn't going to say that to Blind Blake. I said, "Excuse me, sir, I also play the guitar." He said, "Do you?" Old blind man, had to be over 80 years old. He said, "What kind of music do you play on your guitar?" I said, "Well, I play them old country blues like the boys used to play in 1921, 22 around here in Florida. Remember that kind of music?" He said, "Oh, yes." I said, "What kind of music do you play?" I was ready for it. He said, "Well," I said to myself this morning, "Ferdinand, when I got this guitar in the pawn shop, you'll learn how to play them blues like the boys used to play in 1921, 22 over here." I said, "You don't really play the guitar?" He said, "I intend to." He said, "If you have a few minutes, maybe you show me one of them old blues." I started looking around for witnesses. It's kind of a reversal of the folk music process going on here. Not a soul in sight. Invited the man to the show, but he couldn't make it. He couldn't learn the song either. I went and did my show, and during the break I was talking to Delbert McClinton and his band, and I relayed the experience I had out in front of the theater. They all listened. The bass player slapping his side, laughing, thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard. I said, "Well, it's not that funny. It's cute, but it's not that funny." He said, "Yeah, but think about it." He said, "That probably was Blind Blake, and he's going to get more laughs telling that story than you ever do." I said, "Could be, could be. Maybe I played with Blind Blake, maybe I didn't. Never saw that old man again. Sworn I tried to show him." Came out in 27, I think. Called That'll Never Happen No More. Well, I met a gal at a cabaret. She said, "Pretty papa, are you going my way?" Mad to know what it was all about. She took me home just to kick me out. Well, she broke my nose and split my chin. Said she didn't want me hanging around again. She chased me out through the kitchen into the hall, beat me with a chair till my head got sore. I said, "Now that'll never happen no more. No, that'll never happen no more. Never happen no more. A nickel is a nickel, a dime is a dime. A house full of children, he wanted them mine. That'll never happen no more." Well, I lived in Chicago in the winter and fall. Told me to wear my overalls. I got broke. It was my fault. I was used to eating pork chops without no salt. And I met a little gal, she had a big mink coat, Cadillac car, a 40-foot boat. She pulled a gun and she took my dough, but I didn't holler and I didn't get sore. I said, "That'll never happen no more. Never happen no more. Never happen no more. Never happen no more." Eagle on the dollar said, "God we trust. A woman wants a man, wants $1 first. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more." Well, I went to a party last Saturday night and I got into drinking. I was feeling alright. Lit up a reefer and I smoked some gin. Sat back waiting for the fun to begin. Well, a little pretty mama, she come up to me. She said, "Hey, Roy, Daddy, why don't we?" I woke up next morning in an empty bed. The pocket there was empty and a pain in my head. I said, "That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. No, that'll never happen no more. Never happen no more." Used to dance with a woman that they call Sherry Red. When I got through boogieing, that fool felt dead. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. Thank you. Thank you very much. Old Florida song. That'll never happen no more. It sure is nice to be in church here. Here's one from my Greatest Hits album, Volume 2. It's not yet advertised on TV. This one I call Let's Get Drunk Again. It goes like this. I got the whiskey, you got the gin. Got the whiskey, you got the gin. Come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. Hey, whiskey, what'd you say, gin? Hey, whiskey, what'd you say, gin? Come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. Well, it don't make no difference how drunk you might be, because you don't hold back, baby, from loving me. I got the whiskey, and you got the gin. I got the whiskey, you got the gin. Come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. Got the tub, I got the washboard, you got the tub. Come on, baby, let's rub a dub, rub. Hey, washboard, what'd you say, tub? Hey, washboard, what'd you say, tub? Come on, baby, let's. It don't make no difference how drunk you might be, because now you don't hold back, baby, from rubbing with me. I said I got the washboard, you got the tub. Got the washboard and you got the tub. Come on, baby, let's rub a double rub. Whiskey, you got the gin, I got the whiskey. Come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. Hey, whiskey, hey, whiskey. Come on, baby. That was a sing-along part. I got the whiskey, I got the washboard. Come on, baby. Let's get drunk again. Gone to town, tell the chief of police my baby quit me and I can't find no peace. Going uptown, I'm gonna have to tell the chief of police. Said my baby, she quit me, can't find no peace. Woman that I'm loving, 5 foot from the ground. She's a tailor-made woman, no hand-me-down. I said, woman that I'm loving, well, she's standing 5 foot from the ground. Well, she's a tailor-made woman, girl, no hand-me-down. Love you, baby, have to love your husband too. I have to love your husband, get to spend some time near you. He don't allow nobody, I said, fooling around his house all day. No, I said, he don't allow no one fooling around his house all day. Mama told me, and my papa told me too, don't let these battle-howling women be the death of you, Lord. My mama told me, Papa told me too, don't let this barrel-house women. Everybody's talking about their hunky-tunky blues. Good God Almighty, don't know what I'm gonna do. Said everybody's talking about their old hunky-tunky blues. Well, good God Almighty, don't know what I'm gonna have to do. What you gonna do? They say your battle house down. Pack up my suitcase and hunt some other town. I say, now what you gonna do? They tear your battle house down. I'm gonna pack up my suitcase, gonna have to hunt some other town. Yeah, I said, love you, baby, love your husband too. I have to love your husband, get to spend some time near you. He don't allow no one fooling around his house all day. Loud old one fooling around his house all day. Everybody's talking about their hunky-tunky blues. Good God Almighty, don't know what I'm gonna do. Everybody's talking about their old hunky-tunky blues. I said, now good God Almighty, don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Thank you. That's an old Charlie Jordan song from very St. Louis. He was from St. Louis. I guess that's why it sounds very St. Louis. See, back in the olden days before Saturday Night Live, young guitar players didn't know who they were supposed to sound like to sell records. And they were in terrific regional styles. Like that was St. Louis. I mostly played the Carolina style. I was born in New York, but I had a TV. But I moved to South Carolina. I was too late. So only one guitar player left. Oh, there were two, actually. They're both gone now. wanted to take my gal to a social dance. I didn't have me no seat in my pants. She gave me $4 and she brought me in. I took the money and I bought me some gin. Gin done it, whoa doggone it. The gin made a fool out of me. Gin made a fool out of me. Now I tore my hair, I walked the streets. I wanted to whoop everyone that I meet. Along come Billy, said, my good friend. I whooped him bad until it was a sin. I said, gin done it, whoa doggone it. Well, the gin made a fool out of me. Gin made a fool out of me. You know that I went to a crap game, and to my disgrace, I run everybody right out of that place. The dice they was loaded and it made me sore. Well, I left them hustlers dead on the floor. I said, gin done it, whoa doggone it. Well, I made a fool out of gin, made a fool out of me. Church to do the holy roll. I grabbed me a sister just to convert a soul. 2 minutes later, where the preacher walked in, she stopped rolling with me. She started rolling with him. Gin done it, whoa doggone it. Gin made a fool. Said the gin made a fool. Gin made a fool out of me. I took my cow to see the doctor, man, because there was one thing about her I just couldn't understand. I milked her good at 10:30. She didn't give me nothing but a bucket of gin. I said, gin done it, whoa doggone it. No, the gin made a fool. Gin made a fool. Gin made a fool out of me. Downtown at 4:30, and I stole some hot dogs from the butcher man's store. They locked me up, and the judge, he said, Roy, you take 6 months just to clear up your... I said, you have mercy. Come on, the gin made a fool, it wasn't my fault. Come on. Gin made a fool out of gin, made a fool out of me. Gin done it. Good. Thank you. Tighten this boy up a little bit here. That'll do it. Very good. It's quite a windy day today. It's about my second day up north. This trip, I usually winter in the deep south. Can't get much deeper than Orlando, Florida. Just came from Tampa, Florida, actually, where I spend my winters. It's about 80 degrees when I left, got up here, and it was quite nice for a while. Now they say it's going down cold again. There's a few things that differentiate the north from the south, besides the weather. The roads. The road out here getting to this school is about the worst road I'd ever driven on in my life. I live in a motor home. I thought the thing was going to fall apart. Tragic, isn't it? I don't know any song about roads, but be a musician today, you got to travel a lot. I started to play the guitar. I met a great guitar player named Reverend Gary Davis, and he kind of got me started in this. I started hanging out with him, went on the road with him, traveled around, and we had some good times, some bad times, some interesting times, and some boring times. But He was quite an interesting character. You see, he was, of course, being a Reverend Gary Davis. It means that he was a preacher, a man of the cloth, so to speak, I guess. He sang mostly spirituals. He sang only spirituals when he was home. But I knew that Reverend Davis was not born Reverend Davis. I had that figured out. And I asked him about the blues from the olden days in the Carolinas when he was a young man. And he said, oh, yes. He knew some wonderful blues songs. And I was trying to learn how to play some of them. And by the time I'd met Reverend Davis, he was already a semi-famous entertainer in the mid-'60s. He started out in the Carolinas singing in the saloons and the streets, and then he moved up to New York and recorded in '35, and then went back, and then came back to New York. And when he found the Lord, he was singing on street corners in New York City for 20 years. Tin cup tied on his guitar. In 1960, approximately, Peter, Paul, and Mary recorded one of his songs, and Reverend Davis became semi-famous, started to play at universities and coffee houses around the country, folk festivals, went to Europe a few times, made records again, films, and had a business agent and a manager. And sometimes we'd be down in his cellar in the old Peter, Paul, and Mary house, as we call it. I said, Reverend Davis, how about that old blues song from... He said, okay, and we'd get worked up on it pretty good, and all of a sudden, I'd hear a couple of steps. This is Sister Davis, Mrs. Davis, would be coming down the steps. See, she had a washing machine downstairs, and she'd be coming down the cellar with her laundry there. Reverend Davis switched into a spiritual real quick. I learned that a preacher does not sing the blues in his own house when Sister Davis is around. It took many afternoons to learn this song because Sister Davis, she knew what we was up to. She was running down there all the time with clean clothes, rewashing them. Because the blues is, of course, the devil's music. And I finally got most of this song. It's the old Hesitatin' blues. I've been told St. Peter's taught them angels how to jelly roll. How long must I wait? Can I get you now? Must I hesitate? I got a hesitating stocking, hesitating shoes, a hesitating woman and a hesitating blues. How long must I wait? Can I get you now? Lord, or must I hesitate? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, looking for a woman that a man could trust. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now? Lord, or must I hesitate? doctor, no doctor's son. I like to work on your case until your doctor comes. Tell me how long must I wait? Or can I get you now? Must I hesitate? I ain't no baker man's son. I like to warm your bread until your baker comes to tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now? Lord, or must I hesitate? Ain't no plumber man's son. Right there, Sister Davis come down with dirty clothes. I never got the rest of that one. Country, raised in town, got Elgin movements from my hips on town. How long must I wait? Born in Louisiana, in the middle of a swamp, I'm like a backwater frog, ready to jump. Tell me how long must I wait, or can I get you now? Lord, or must I hesitate? Said got hesitating stockings and hesitating shoes, a hesitating woman and a hesitating blues. How long must I wait? Can I get you now? Looking for a woman tired of sleeping by myself. How long must I wait? Well, can I get you now? Lord, or must I? Lord, or must I? I said, Lord, or must I? Like a lot of people got colds tonight. I'm not going to catch one. I think that's an old wives' tale. I don't know. It's like Pink Anderson used. He worked with the medicine show, many medicine shows. That's little shows ran around selling drugs to people. He worked with Chief Thundercloud mostly from 1914 until 1953 or 4. Chief Thundercloud had a little show that was, they had one truck and on the back of it was a stage, and Pink could sing a song, attract a crowd, and the chief would come out and sell patent medicine. It didn't cure anybody, but made people not care whether they were sick or not. It's a wonderful thing. They outlawed it. Can you do? We'll do one more, take a little break, and then we'll be back. If you got any friends you think might enjoy this but didn't get to do it tonight, listen to the music, I will be at Godfrey Daniels tomorrow night in Bethlehem. If anybody's going to be in Savannah, Georgia on May 7th, I will be there with B.B. King and Bobby Bland. And a couple other cities down there. This one here is one called, it's a title cut of my bicentennial album. A few copies back at the concession stand. We got all kinds of little souvenirs and gifts there for every budget. Only 10 months till Christmas. There's one called, no, I'm not, what we got out there? We have quite a crowd, you know. There's one called Ragtime Millionaire. Well, I'm a rag. You know I'm a rag. I'm a rag. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Saying now all you little people take your hats off to me, 'cause I'm a ragtime millionaire. Mr. Henry gonna send me a forward a month. Everybody else gonna bite my dust. A little sign on it says, in God we trust. And I don't care if the bank goes. All you people take your hats off to me. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Yes, I'm a rag. A rag. You know I'm a rag. A ragtime millionaire. Take your hats off to me. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Well, I'm gonna take my sweetie to a ball tonight. Make you boys all treat her right. Keep the girl out at half of the night. And I don't mean to have no fights. I say, now all you little people take your hats. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Yes, I'm a rag. You know I'm a rag. A rag. A ragtime millionaire. All you little people take your hats off to me. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Every tooth in my head is solid gold. Make them boys look icy cold. Brush my teeth with the diamond dust. And I don't care if the Bank of Pennsylvania goes bust. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Yes, I'm a rag. I'm a rag. A ragtime millionaire. That all you people take your hats off to me. I'm a ragtime millionaire. We'll take a little break. Thank you. someone, and we'll sell a lot of records, and there'll be a lot of money involved. Most recently, a song was recorded about 2 years ago. It went platinum, and the manager flew out to the East Coast to see Sister Davis, who had to sign her name to the papers to collect the royalties. Explained to her the young fellow recorded, a young pop singer, recorded one of Reverend Davis's songs. It went platinum, and she had to sign and get her check. And, oh, she was so pleased and proud. Which one of Reverend Davis's nice little spirituals did the boy record? Wrong. It's an old blues song. The manager started to explain that it wasn't one of the nice old spirituals. And Sister Davis frowned. She was very upset. She didn't know if she should sign these papers and take this money, because if it's one of them old blues songs, that's the devil's music. Must be the devil's money. After hours of negotiation, when you're working on a percentage of the check, you negotiate very convincingly. Finally, Sister Davis was convinced that the Lord works in mysterious ways. And she said, well, I guess he does. Where do I sign this? It's a wonderful woman. I always look forward to seeing her. I still see her about once or twice a year. And this is the song. Ironically, the fellow that recorded it didn't know from Reverend Davis. He excitingly ran into the club in Washington, D.C., the Cellar Door, where Dave Van Ronk was playing, and told Dave's a great singer and mostly sings other people's songs, old blues songs, a lot of them, and he's written some beautiful tunes himself. And Jackson Browne ran in and said, Dave, I'm going to record one of your songs. And Dave saw dollar signs. Oh, which one? He was so excited about the chance to make some money. And Jackson Browne told him which song, and Dave said, wrong. He said, that song's Reverend Gary Davis. The song come out in about 1919. Every time me and my baby go uptown, police coming and knock me down. Cocaine is running round my brain. They say that cocaine's for horses, not for men. They keep saying it's gonna kill me, but they don't say when. It's running around my brain. Well, I said, come here, baby, come here quick. This old cocaine's about to make me sick. Cocaine running around my brain. I love my whiskey, I'm a fool for my gin. Well, I love my cocaine, it's a doggone sin. It's running. Said that the cocaine habit is mighty bad. Worst old habit that I ever had. Cocaine, it's running around my brain. Well, I said, come here, baby, come here quick. This old cocaine's about to cocaine around my brain. Yonder comes my baby, gal's dressed in red. She's got a shotgun, is she gonna shoot me dead? You take Mary, I'll take Sue. There ain't no difference twixt the two. Cocaine running round my brain. If you don't think that the cocaine's so good, mama, come on across that bridge and back through them woods. Walking up Beale Street, heading for Maine, looking for a gal that used to sell cocaine. Cocaine running round my brain. Love my whiskey, fool for my gin. Cocaine around my brain. I said the cocaine habit, it's mighty bad. Worst old habit I ever. Cocaine is running around my brain. Well, I went to sleep last night singing this song. Woke up this morning and half of my nose was gone. It's running around my brain. Come here, baby, come here quick. This old cocaine's about to make me sick. Cocaine round my brain. Thank you very much. It's a song I learned from an old Library of Congress recording. Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. A great folklorist worked for the government, Alan Lomax, and his job was a pretty good job before the budget cuts, I guess. He used to go down south and hang out in prisons and plantations and record songs. Sound like good work. Recorded a lot of great people. He found Leadbelly, Huddy Ledbetter, singing in a prison. He was in prison for murder twice. But old Alan Lomax had connections, you know, got him out. If you go into a music store, you find old music book of folk songs. You see such great hits as Good Night Irene, Words and Music, Leadbelly and Alan Lomax. Midnight Special, Words and Music by Leadbelly and Alan Lomax. I'm not sure if they actually wrote those together, but when you're in jail for murder, you know. But without people like Alan Lomax, a lot of great songs might never have been found, so as we learn, the Lord works in mysterious ways. I heard this song on a recording from the Library of Congress. I thought to myself, it was recorded on a plantation in Mississippi by a great singer and guitar player named Willie Browne in 1940. And I thought to myself, that is no doubt the greatest guitar accompaniment I'd ever heard for blues. Proceeded to try to figure it out. And I got pretty close to it and worked on it and I recorded it. It became a big hit for David Bromberg, but Lord works in mysterious ways. A lot of people started to realize this song was no doubt one of the greatest blues accompaniments on a guitar ever, and it ended up in all these how to play the blues guitar books. And everybody started playing it. And I cast the song aside because I couldn't stand people asking me if I learned it from so-and-so's book. So I just stopped doing the song. It became quite common. I didn't play it for about 6 years. And I was on tour over in the British Isles, over in England, and blues is quite popular there. I was touring with a great blues singer named Arthur Big Boy Crudup, who wrote That's All Right Mama, Elvis Presley's first hit. And I was in a supermarket over there. It was not really a supermarket. It was a place where you buy food, but nothing too super over there. And I had a bin of records in a supermarket, you know, cheap records like here you see sometimes. And I was thumbing through the records, and there it was, my first album. A rare collector's item that it is. I bought it. Pound. Took it back to the place I was staying at, put it on a record player and listened. Thought it was all right. I got to this song and I stopped the record player. I said, ooh, that's no doubt the best blues accompaniment I'd ever no doubt heard for guitar. Spent the rest of my time in England trying to learn it from my record. Call it the folk process, you know. And I started doing a song again, this beautiful piece called the Mississippi Blues, and goes like this, sort of. To the Delta, Mama, where I can have my fun. You know I'm going down to the Delta. Mama, where I can have my fun, where I can drink my white line and whiskey and I can gamble. Bring my baby. Bring my baby home. Don't the Delta look lonesome, Mama, when that evening sun goes down? Said, don't the Delta look lonesome, Mama, when that evening sun goes down? You might be looking for your loved one. You know that good gal can't be found. Said, I love you, baby, although I know you have treated your daddy wrong. I know you treat me wrong. Said that I love you, baby, although I know you treat your daddy wrong. 'Cause you know that I'm sick and I'm tired of drifting through this evil, cruel world, all alone. Going down to the Delta, Mama, where I can have my fun. You know I'm going down to the Delta, Mama, where I can have my fun, where I can drink my white line and whiskey and I can gamble. Bring my baby. bring my baby home. Treat me, baby, can't help and love you just the same. Said I know you mistreat me, baby, can't help and love you just the same. 'Cause you know that it grieves my poor heart to hear some other man when it starts calling your name. So long, good friend, you know it's time for me to say goodbye. Saying so long, good friend, you know it's time for me to say goodbye. But when my mind does get to rambling, see you some brand new day. Thank you very much. Well, I wanna go home. Ain't got sufficient clothes, doggone my bad luck soul. I wanna go home. Ain't got sufficient clothes. I said I sold my clothes and I ain't got sufficient clothes. You know the woman that I'm loving, she's standing 5 foot from the ground. Doggone my bad luck soul. I said the woman that I'm loving, she's standing 5 foot from the ground. From the ground, she's a tailor-made woman. The girl's no hand-me-down. Now it ain't no use in mama, 'cause you crying won't make me stay. Doggone my bad luck soul. It ain't no use in mama, 'cause you're crying won't make me stay. Make me stay. You know the more that you cry, bird, are gonna drive me away. Sitting here wondering if a matchbox said hold my clothes. Doggone my bad luck soul. Sitting here wondering, a matchbox hold my clothes. Hold my clothes, got so very few matches and I got so far to go. Ain't no use, said mama, 'cause you're crying won't make me stay. Doggone my bad luck soul. It ain't no use, mama, 'cause you're crying won't make me stay. Make me stay. I said the more that you cry, further gonna drive me away. Well, mama, you catch a Katie, said that I catch me a Santa Fe. Doggone my bad luck soul. I said that you catch a Katie, mama, I'm gonna catch me a Santa Fe. A Santa Fe, you get to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mama, won't you look for me? Well, I wanna go home. Ain't got sufficient, I mean clothes. I wanna go home. Ain't got sufficient clothes. I sold my clothes, and I ain't got sufficient clothes. Well, now I ain't gonna marry mama, marry and settle down. Doggone my bad little soul. I ain't gonna marry mama, I said marry and settle down. Settle down, I'm gonna hang around the country till my mustache reaches to the ground. Thank you. That's Old Bad Luck Blues by Browne and Jefferson. Browne and Jefferson was one of the most successful of the early blues singers from Texas. When I first got into music, I was living in New York City, and I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I got to see Ray Charles work at the Apollo Theater, and I thought that was quite terrific. I did. Went in at 10 o'clock in the morning, I saw Ray Charles do 5 shows in a row. He used to show a movie at 10, then Ray Charles, and then a movie, and then Ray Charles, and then a movie. And I went at 10 in the morning, I left at 2 the next morning. It was $2. That was a pretty good deal. 22 years later, I got to work with Ray Charles at the Tampa Theater in Florida, and I told him of my great experience when I was a young fellow listening to music. He laughed. He said, "Boy, they worked my butt in them days." He said, "5 shows you saw for $2?" They never cleared the house. I don't know. It was great for me. It's tough for him, but I enjoyed working with Ray Charles and get to talk to him. I told him, imagine that 22 years ago, and here we are at the Tampa Theater. He said, "Oh, Brother Roy, the Lord works in mysterious ways." I said, "I keep hearing that." After that show, which was quite an event for me, it stands out in my career. I don't know what Ray thinks of it, but I thought to myself, "Boy, you was into Ray Charles so many years ago, and he's a great blues singer, and you didn't even know what it was the blues then. Anybody working 5 shows in a row's got the blues. That's a blues show, that was." I figured I ought to do a Ray Charles song in my show, and I gave it a great deal of consideration. I thought to myself, well, how are you going to do a song without the 18-piece orchestra in tuxedos, without the Raylettes, 5 women in pastel evening gowns, without Ray Charles at the piano? I realized after a while that I was going to have to rearrange it, take that liberty. And still was difficult to even think about, but I was in Texas thinking about Browne and Jefferson and Ray Charles, and I came out with this. And it's a song that Ray and Percy Mayfield wrote in 1956. And if Browne and Jefferson wanted to do it in 26, he might have done it something like this, but I don't know. How do you feel when your baby's loving your best friend? I want to know. loving your best friend? How do you feel when your baby's loving your best friend? Feel like you're going crazy, or do you feel you always been? How do you feel when your baby cross your mind? How do you feel when your baby says it crosses your mind? Crack up with that laughter, son, or do you break down and start crying? Would you feel happy? Would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I wanna know. How do you feel when your baby's loving your best friend? How do you feel when your baby loving your best friend? Feel like you're going crazy, feel you always been. How do you feel, partner? Want a truth, don't want no lie. How do you feel? Want the truth? I don't want me no lie. 'Cause if you feel good on the inside, you must be a better man than I. Would you feel happy? Or would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I want to know. How do you feel when your baby loving your best friend? How do you feel your baby loving your best friend? Feel like you're going crazy, do you feel you always been? How you feel, partner? Want a truth, don't want no lie. I said, now how do you feel? Want a truth, don't want no lie. Cause if you feel good on the inside, you must be a better man than I. Would you feel happy? Would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I wanna know, I want to know. Would you feel happy? Would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I want to know. Would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I want to, I wanna know. Would you feel happy? Would you feel sad? You lost the best gal you had. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Do a few tunes on other guitar. steel guitar from the early 20s, about 1926, I guess. Invented in California, where else? Even in the 20s. From Mississippi. Bo Carter is looked back by many blues researchers as the master of the single entendre blues. So everybody's quite familiar with the double entendre, but not the single. In other words, he sang dirty songs. Such classic hits as Banana in Your Fruit Basket, Mama Blues. There's one called Cigarette Blues. smoking on. Won't you just smoke my cigarette, baby? Smoke it, mama, all night long. Draw my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old ashes come. Well, I'm going up the country, get my ashes hauled. Women round this part of town wanna let my ashes fall. Won't you just smoke my cigarette? Smoke it, mama, all night long. Draw my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old ashes come. Going up the country, get my ham bone boiled. Women round this part of town, let my ham bone spoil. Smoke my cigarette, baby, smoke it all night long. Draw my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old ashes come. You to know before I go from home, my cigarette ain't too big, you know it ain't too. I said, won't you smoke my cigarette, baby? Smoke it, mama, all night long. Draw my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old ashes. Good old ashes come. Cigarette blues. Thank you very much. Whoop. Whoop. Everybody knows I'm a traveling man. Been from San Francisco down to Birmingham, gone back to Tampa. Tampa's on my mind. I'm going back to Tampa when nothing's hard to find. driven across the country, sailed across the sea, thinking on this lonesome train just where I long to be. Gone back to Tampa, Tampa's on my mind. I'm going back to Tampa, Tampa's resting on my mind. Black beans, shrimp, and oysters, you might find a pearl. Barbecues and Stuckey's with some other little girl. Gone back to Tampa, everything could be so fine. I'm going back to Tampa, said Tampa's resting on my mind. Black beans, shrimp, and oysters, you might find a pearl. Barbecues and Stuckey's with some little girl. Gone back to Tampa, said everything could be so fine. I'm going back to Tampa, life I left behind. The salt is in the ocean, wind is in the air. The sun is shining all the time, the fish is everywhere. Gone back to Tampa, Tampa's on my mind. I'm going back to Tampa, life could be so fine. They're playing three-toe-peated Perrys in a game they call Suck Two. But when it comes to five-card stud law, gone back to Tampa, Tampa's on my mind. I'm going back to Tampa, life I left behind. Said everybody knows I'm a traveling man. I've been from San Francisco down to Birmingham. Gone back to Tampa, everything could be so fine. I'm going back to Tampa, life I left behind. Going back to Tampa. Thank you. I'd like to do a couple more, I guess. If you can't get enough of that stuff, I will be at Godfrey Daniels tomorrow night in Bethlehem. One night only. Then into Philadelphia Sunday at the Cherry Tree Co-op. I'd like to play an instrumental tune now called the Lafayette Leap. It's a little tune that that's what we're calling tonight. Or Everything I Ever Stole in the Key of C. Our Reverend Davis in here, and some Earl Travis, and some different pickers out here a little bit, and still put it in a song.